Aloha, it's good seeing you today. I'm glad you could come in. All right, so what we worked on the last couple times you saw as being C major, G major, then going to D major, and we have A major. The next coming up is going to be E major. After that, we've got B major. And then after that, we've got our F sharp major, right? We can do it either way. And then if we're going to move through, we'd have one more that's our C sharp major. So as you saw, kind of you could keep kind of centralized. That's what we want to do eventually, but if we were just working them up, you work them up in every key to get used to where they actually lie. And then you see how turning them around makes an inversion. So this would be in the C3 area. So this is a G3 in a second inversion because it utilizes the fifth. If I did that same thing here, we would just walk it on up and this would be the same thing. It would be a G4 in a second inversion. These are kind of interesting to know because you associate these with the triads that are on the grand staff that we just talked about. When you take the treble clef, which is the G clef, oddly named because it has the cool little G thingy inside the treble clef, and then the bass clef, which is the F clef. When we put those two together and we sandwich them together, we get our kind of like smoosh of our chord reading. So our hands move at C. Bass clef generally goes down this way and treble clef goes this way. And what we were talking about today was this basic fact. I want you to somehow incorporate this into something that you've been doing. I know that you've been working up your major thirds, your minor thirds, your perfect fourths, and working them all the way up the scale here. Doesn't matter how you want to do them, I just want to see that you know those notes now. To just kind of see where these move up and down, it makes it a lot easier to get around the fretboard, or not the fretboard, but the piano. It's still a board. So once you have this experience of doing your fourths, your thirds, we're adding on the seventh today, which means when you've got an octave like 1 to 8, including your minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth, augmented fourth, perfect fifth, augmented fifth, minor sixth, minor seven, major seven, 1. When we keep going up, this is going to be our flat 9. This is our 9. There is no 10, so this is a sharp 9. There is no 10. This is an 11. This is a sharp 11. There is no 12 because it would just be a 6, right? And then this is our 13th because it goes all the way up to where our 6 would. Or not our 12th, our 5th, that's what I meant. Our 6 is our 13th. So the concept behind this is we're going to have C major and add on the B, and we would get a C major 7. Being able to name this a C major 7 in the second inversion, it's kind of interesting. Being in the quadrant of G3, G, C, E, B. We could also smoosh them. That still works. When we go above a P8, we have to add the 7th, but more importantly, the dominant 7th. If we had C, E, G, and we added the D, we would have a C major triad. And if we added that, it would be called a C add 9, because we're simply taking the triad bass and adding the 9. But when we want to have a C9, no matter what the formation is, we have to have that dominant 7 in there. E, G, B flat, C, D. So we get really used to playing stuff stuff like that, seeing it with the 7th and without the 7th. There are a lot of key caveats. One thing that comes along to my mind is whenever you're writing a melody, the 9 will be in there as possibly some sort of moving tone. That was in the key of C. You could have chose any chords. I chose to do the G and the E because they were relative. Why not? So that takes us to being able to define that in other chords. So G major, G, B, D. When we have a natural 7, it would be the F sharp. So that's our G major 7, G dominant 7. And then if we were to add on anything past that, let's say like the A note, that would be our G. Can you say it on that? Ha! This is our G9. Why? It has the note in there. If we get rid of that note, it's a G add 9. We could use it through there, but it's not called that chord. That's the simple thing we're doing. So what we do is when we're trying to learn how to do 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, we also do something like go to that G9. What do you think about that? And then the idea is you'd want to kind of move through these notes, right? All these notes kind of move. So when you do that, you see this as being an option. G, B, D, F, A, B. Well, look at that weird. Isn't that cool? So that's something I use a lot. It forms a different chord in a way to think about it as one chord, 2 hands playing a cluster. So if you play the G down here and you play the B and the A here with the F, yeah, you're basically building out your chord. And the best part about it is you can move these up and do hand crossovers to be able to hit your B, D, F, G, A, and almost all of these notes fit in there. And that leads us into our next little thing. The pentatonics, 5-note scales which work over key signatures. In the key of C, we would have C, D, E, G, A, C. 1 through 3, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6, 2, 1, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. See what I'm doing here? I'm just moving them up until they get all the way up to the top of register. This is how we practice them in order, so we then can dissect them. Sorry, I went to a minor. So the idea is, I have a hard time not playing. When we go to like the 1 in the key of C, all the notes in the white keys work because we're in the key of C. No sharps, no flats. But if we were to go to key of G, all the notes and the F sharp would work. Well, what's the G major pentatonic? Same thing as it was in C. The 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 1. So it just so happens in G major pentatonic, not only does it look and feel the exact same, but you don't even play the F sharp. So the C, for review, C major pentatonic, very close to the G major pentatonic. So the idea is you would do that at D major as well. That's where it starts to get weird. D, E, F sharp, A, B, D. That's where these feelings, these hand feelings of knowing where to put your hands make a lot more sense. It makes more sense to me to play like this and feel the F sharp down here, then my A, and then I could go to my C for my dominant 7, and I could play my D right here, and then go up to my F, and I could play my A again. And then if I went all the way up to, let's say, the E note up top here, look at that beautiful chord I just constructed. utilizing what we just talked about. It has the 7th in there, the C natural, which is my dominant 7, and it has the E up top. So it makes this chord being multifaceted, and I don't just have it as a D major adding just an E. I can. It is a chord, but there's another way to view chords when they extend outside of just your normal universe right here. So the main takeaways from today, I know this is getting long, generally our videos are around 10 to 15 minutes long. Play with the same notes that you know in each key. So if we were doing this in the key of E, we would have E major, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and then E again. So when we have our chord structures, if we were to play any chords like E major to F sharp minor, to let's say E minor, to G, then back to C, C sharp, D. Maybe that last thing's too much. How about just D major to F sharp minor, E minor to G, then back to the D. Those 4 chords all over the top of there, I could keep the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, and it feels good. Hear how I hit that 4th? Totally wrong, sorry. Right there when we went to the minor, I kind of fell on that 4 because it fell into the chord. So if I avoided that, that wouldn't be part of the melody. Sorry. That's why that 4 is such a powerful chord. I'm drawn to it each time. So the concept, if you're doing this in G, G to A minor to B minor. Quite literally play with just the pentatonics in each key and always the notes will sound fine. So what I like you to do is start off with something simple, maybe just play a droning out C note and have the notes. When you play in one key, then maybe move it up to your G major. Do the same thing. You could go over the place, D major as well, A major. And I know we're just doing majors right now, but the idea is the minors come later, and we're going to talk about melodic minor, harmonic minor, and natural minor, and all the modes associated. Good job today. Looking forward to seeing our next lesson. Give me a buzz if you have any questions about what to do here, but I would also do some of our pentatonics like from D major and walk it all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. When you go all the way across the board, you'll see where those notes are and they will start to make more sense. It's good seeing you. Aloha.